Today, Travis Zajac signs a one-day contract with the Devils to retire as a Devil, ending his illustrious career as it began with the New Jersey Devils organization. We are pleased to be joined today by managing partner of the New Jersey Devils, David Blitzer, the general manager of the Devils, Tom Fitzgerald, and of course, Travis Zajac. Welcome to all. Travis, I will begin with you. Can you just discuss what this day is like for you emotionally? Obviously, you've thought about it for a while, but now that the finality is here, what's running through your mind and your heart?
Yeah, I think you use the right term there. It's bittersweet. A lot of emotions today. I think the one that comes to mind is just grateful. I think to be able to play this game for 15 years at the highest level in the New Jersey Devils jersey, it's just I look back and it was so special. And it's tough to sit here and talk about it, but I think I'm just grateful for all the memories I have.
We can discuss some of those in a moment, but how did this decision come about? Because you played well up until the very end.
Yeah, it's just something. I took some time off in the summer, and at this age, it gets harder and harder to stay at the top, be successful, and be competitive. And after just taking time off, I couldn't. I really didn't have that desire to keep training, keep pushing myself, and I kind of feel like I ran out of a little gas, and being around the family a lot more was starting to have a real big impact on my life. And being home for dinners, being around the kids' sports, involved at school, that was a lot of fun to me, and I really loved being a part of that. And I think the sacrifices you have to make to continue to play, I just like I said, I didn't have that internal push to really keep going.
Well, of course, you have a beautiful family, your wife, Nicole, and your 3 children. And I certainly can understand the draw there and wanting to spend more time with them. What's the next step for Travis Zajac?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure, but I think right now I'm ready for the next phase. And like I said, that's being a dad, that's being, at the rinks with my kids. That's, like I said, being home for dinner, that's carpooling, that's driving, hours on the weekends. But that's the stuff I'm really looking forward to. And, I know the future with the Devils is always there. I'm very thankful. Tom Fitzgerald has made it known that there's an open door policy, and an opportunity to be around this very talented team, and that's very exciting to continue to be a part of this organization. Like I said, and it's meant everything to me. It's meant everything to my family, and it's a good feeling.
Well, on that note, we will turn things over and welcome in the Devils general manager, Tom Fitzgerald. And Tom, I'm sure as you heard Travis talk about what it takes to get ready each and every season and how difficult it can be, you can think back to your time as a player, a standout career, over 1,000 games, and you know what it takes to get to a similar level. What were the conversations like between you and Travis?
Well, first off, Trav, just again, congrats on a fantastic career, 15 years, 1,000th game with one team. That's incredible. It really is in today's game. You played with pride. You did everything as a true gentleman. Great leader on and off the ice. Just a fantastic teammate. And congratulate you and really I know how happy you're going to be in the next phase, being a full-time husband, dad, carpooling, coaching the kids, helping out. So that's awesome. That's great. And you're going to enjoy that. Then you want to get back on the road and getting around the guys again. But in all seriousness, you know what? I reached out to Trav's agent. You know, when Travis left for the island, we talked. You know, he was a New York Islander, but we knew there if Travis was to become a free agent after July 1st, whatever the date was, the New Jersey Devils would have a lot of interest in bringing him back and finishing out his career here as a player. As the summer went on, I reached out to his agent and told me I should call Travis personally. And I said, okay, great. I'll just give him a buzz. And I called Trav. We had a great conversation. And as I was talking about how kind of role I saw him playing and mentoring our kids and be a big part of where the organization's going and helping these kids, I did sense there was a, I'm not really sure what I want to do moment. And then the conversation just turned into an ex-player talking to a potential ex-player on the things that are important in life. And this game has given us all great memories, great future. But at the end of the day, the body tells you when it's time to hang them up. And the mind tells you that I don't really want to do what I need to do. And Trav said it. You lead as a professional hockey player, you lead a selfish life because it's about you and your training and your needs and everything. And when you lose that, it's hard. And then you're playing the game for the wrong reasons. And I know Travis played the game for the love of it and enjoyed those workouts. It literally became a job, and it shouldn't be a job. It should be a love. So anyways, that's how it kind of came. And then we started talking some more, and I just told him, his future, whatever he wanted to be, and I could help him, whether it's in development. I've done every job there is possible in an organization, whether it's coaching, development. I can help you figure out what you want to do. If there is something you want to do in within the game, and be around me, be a sounding board for our coaching staff, but do it on your pace. Whenever you want to come in, be around, put the tracksuit on, what would help our young kids face offs. And I think it'll be super important for our young kids if Travis was around and helping them. So that's kind of where it went. And like I said, so proud to have known Trav these last 5+ years and call him a teammate.
Well, what the future holds, we don't know, but clearly there'll be some involvement with Travis and his family with the New Jersey Devils. The door is open clearly, and he'll have some time to decide that. David Blitzer, managing partner of the New Jersey Devils. From a fan perspective, Travis epitomized everything that it means to be a New Jersey Devil in his approach on and off the ice. Why is that so important?
Well, let me start again by wishing all of my best to Travis. I will get into this a little bit more, but Travis is just such an amazing person. Like, we all think about him as this amazing hockey player with this 15-year, 1,000+ game career. But I've been lucky enough to get to know Travis over the last 8 years. So I had a relationship with Travis that he wasn't aware of prior to 2013 as a fan. And then I had a relation with Travis post 2013 within the organization. And it's kind of funny when you meet people that you have this view of from a fan perspective or from an outside perspective, and then you actually get to know the individual. And as much as I was a huge fan of Travis before I had actually met him and got to know him, he's even a better person, a better teammate, a better, father, husband, you name it, right, than I would have thought. Putting on my fan hat. But when I throw on my fan hat, there's so many moments. Again, there's the pre-2013 moments and there's the post-2013 moments. But there's so many different things you can say. I'll just throw out my favorite pre-2013 moment because it wasn't that far before I became involved with the team. But 2012, Devils come in 6th in the conference. Eastern Conference quarterfinals, down 3-2 games, Florida Panthers, game 6. Not going to be a game 7 unless Travis scores that goal in overtime. And Travis, as the leader and the player that he is, came through at a perfect time. led us to that game 7 where we won in double overtime, I believe. And then obviously took us all the way through to the Stanley Cup Finals. So that's certainly one of my favorite moments. And there's little moments. There's just times with Travis. There was times I remember we had a father-son trip early on in my time with the Devils. And I remember spending time with Travis's father. And you realize again, this amazing person, I bet he's got amazing parents. I certainly got to know his dad, who was a ton of fun and so interesting to be around as well. So, it's the little things. I mean, it was really difficult in some ways that Travis's 1,000th game was in the middle of a pandemic. But I remember sitting in that arena and watching Travis and Nicole and his children and what that moment meant to him and the organization being there. And, that's just special time, and so it's we all know that Travis was an incredible leader, was an incredible teammate, was a coach's dream, played the game the right way. I also have a little bit of a chuckle when I look back. I always love to look back at how players got to certain places. It's kind of like my sliding doors philosophy. And I went back and reminded myself a little bit also of the 2004 draft, where number one, the Devils traded up, actually. And thank you to Lou Lamoriello and his entire scouting staff for being early and right on Travis, given where he was at that point in his maturity and just the age. I mean, projecting out folks at age 17 is a pretty difficult thing to do. And Travis had all those special qualities that we still saw in him 15 years later, or actually 17 years later, et cetera. And then I also recall, I believe that our rival, I think, picked 19 and the Devils picked 20. So not saying anything about any other player, but thank you that Travis was sitting there at 20 and we were able to move up and take him. And I also laughed because as Travis well knows, there were some pretty good hockey players in that draft. And I think Ovechkin and Malkin went 1-2. And again, there's some absolutely amazing hockey players in that draft. But if I look at that redraft, I'm taking Travis Zajac 3. Which again is just more kind of fun facts and things for me as I look back. But I guess I would just end this piece by just saying, again, thank you to Travis. He's just been such an amazing person to be around. So great for the organization. People aspire to be Travis Zajac. And the fact that he was able to play the game he loved and leave every single thing he had on the ice for that long a period of time is amazing. And while I would love for Travis to have come back and played a few more years, I completely understand where he's coming from and where he is in his life and his family. And nothing more fun than being on the side of the pitch or the rink with your kids, Travis. So I know you'll be amazing at that as well.
Our first question comes from Amanda Stein of NewJerseyDevils.com.
Hey, Trav, I'm just wondering, first of all, congratulations on an amazing career. I'm just wondering what it means to you as a person to be able to go out on your own terms, because not all players who play as many years as you have are able to make that decision for themselves.
No, you're right. And, I also want to thank, David and Josh and, obviously Fitzy. This day is special for me, for me to come back and retire a New Jersey Devil and do it on my own terms. I mean, hockey, like I said, hockey has given me everything in life. And, to walk away, physically, mentally, in good health, it's, you can't take that for granted. And it's, I'm, like I said, I'm just grateful.
Trav, thank you so much for everything over the last 2 years. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Doug Doyle of WBGO in Newark, the NPR affiliate. Doug?
Travis, congratulations on your amazing career. Your work on the ice speaks for itself. So I'd like to talk about off ice just a little bit. I know you've been quite active through in the community through your years with the Devils, hospital visits, especially in Newark, bringing a smile to kids. Do you have a story about one of those visits that you'd like to share with us about how important your role was in the community?
Yeah, there was a lot of great hospital visits. We did, but one that stuck out to me was a school visit in Newark. The New Jersey Devils were putting up an outdoor kind of rink at a school for the kids to play street hockey or ball hockey during the year, and I was there to kind of help set that off, and I got to play, a little street hockey with the kids at the school, and to see the smiles on their faces and to see how much they enjoyed the game, not knowing much about it, but for them to get the chance to put a stick in their hand and run around and take slap shots. The Devils have done a great job in the community of growing the game of hockey. And that's one of the things that instances that stuck out to me.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Travis.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Mark Rosenman of Sports Talk New York.
Hey, Travis, first of all, congratulations on a great career. It's a three-part question. I guess the first is, in an age of hockey where players, there's a lot of player movement, how important was it for you to be able to play all but those last 14 games as a Devil? Secondly, you mentioned the gearing up. How much of the last two seasons, pandemic-wise, added to that? And thirdly, your fondest memory as a Devil?
Yeah. I'm going to start with my fondest memory because I think my fondest memory was, I think David touched on it, but it was that it was definitely that Stanley Cup run. Just because, I missed most of the season with an injury and then coming back and being a part of a team that, made it to the Stanley Cup finals. I've had a lot of friends still from that team. We still keep in touch. So that was a run I won't forget. And as far as playing 1,000 games with the Devils, when I look back, that probably means more to me than any other stat that I have. Just knowing that this organization believed in me from the start and gave me the opportunity to play for them for 15 years, to play 1,000 games. That's one thing I will never forget. And now on to your next. I forget your other question now.
It was how much of an impact did the pandemic over the last two and a half seasons have in your training and off ice stuff?
For sure. I mean, I think there was a lot of stop and starting over the last couple of years. And like I said, as you get older, it gets harder and harder to prepare and mentally and physically. I think COVID, I kind of got to see what family life was like, being around a lot more, and spend more time with the family. And like I said, it just got harder to rev up the engine to keep going and want to put in the work to play, to be honest. And I think Fitzy touched on it. It became more of a job, and I always thought I was going to come back and play another year. That was my intention, but as things progressed, I think it's just I was ready to move on, like I said, to the next phase, and I'm definitely at ease with that decision.
Thanks, Travis. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Just to let everyone know what the queue is, it'll be Robert Aiken, followed by Andrew Gross and Bruce Beck. There's still time for others to get on board with a question if you have one. Robert, of the record, what's your question?
Travis, first off, congratulations on a fantastic career. You touched on the 1000th game, and it was impacted by the pandemic and delayed by the pandemic, but you were able to have your family there. Just two parts. First off, what does that day mean to you, being able to have your family there for that? And then the second part of that question, the Devils announced in March they're going to have recognition for you with fans in attendance when they're playing Winnipeg, which is from your hometown. What is that going to mean to have that moment with the fans that you couldn't have last year?
Yeah, special day nonetheless to have my family there. It's again, you heard Fitzy touch on it. There's a lot of sacrifices you make to play at this level, and with a family, it's more than being on your own. So to have them there celebrating with me, it meant the world, because as much as the kids love coming to the games and look up to me, I'm more proud of their accomplishments, and I just want to make them proud, and having them there and my wife there was definitely extra special. So, and then to have the fans in March and celebrate that, they've embraced me with open arms from the beginning. So through the highs, through the lows, you play the game, and the fans make it that more special. So looking forward to that night. It will be a special night.
Thanks again, Travis. And again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Robert, thank you. We move now to Andrew Gross of Newsday. Welcome, Andrew. What's your question?
Thanks, Matt. And Trav, listen, congratulations on the career, and thank you for everything, all the help over the years. Very much appreciated. I know today is about your tenure with the Devils, but I'm wondering if you can kind of sum up what it was like joining the Islanders, and what that opportunity was like, especially get one more playoff run in. And I'm curious whether Lou reached out to you this offseason also about possibly coming back to the Island for another season. Thanks.
It was it was a great opportunity to have a chance to win a cup, and going somewhere where I was kind of familiar with. It was it was a great run. It was a great group of guys. They have a very competitive team. So from that standpoint, it was just like I said, it was a great opportunity. It was a good experience. As far as Lou reached out, and I kind of told him the same thing. I wasn't interested. I think my heart, I know for a fact if my heart was always to come back and play in New Jersey. But at the end of the day, like I said, I wanted to, I was ready to take the next step, the next chapter in my life. And that was to retire. But at the end of the day, it was a great opportunity and a good team to try and win a Stanley Cup. And I'm happy I took that chance to try and like I said, get that cup.
Andrew, thank you. We move on now to a good friend, Bruce Beck, who recently celebrated a birthday. Bruce, of course, from WNBC in New York. Bruce, you have the floor.
Thanks very much, Matt. And Travis, congratulations. You have truly been a class act in this market from the very beginning. Jack Hughes was 5 in 2006 when you played your first game with the Devils. That's longevity, but it's also loyalty.
What's your message to a young player coming into this league about loyalty, kind of a forgotten word, and what it has meant to you?
Well, it's just, like I said, there's people who believe in you, and I felt that throughout my career in New Jersey, through the managers, through the coaching staff, through everyone I kind of, had I've met. So it's I never took that for granted. I loved being part of this organization, this team. I always found it to be a family, and not so much about individuals. So it was about wearing the Devils logo and being proud and respecting everyone you came in touch with. So I would say just don't take it for granted, because it's time does fly. But like I said, I've met so many good people along the way that I got so many memories to cherish. I just feel blessed.
Thank you. Good luck, Travis.
Thank you.
Leo Scaglione of MSG Networks for his question. Leo.
Thank you, Matt. Congratulations, Travis.
Thank you.
It's not just one last question. It's actually two. My first question for you is, you touched on Lou Lamoriello before. Of course, he drafts you. You play for him in New Jersey. You signed your long extension with the Devils under Lou before you even reached free agency, and then you finished your playing career under Lou. What is or was your relationship like with Lou? What did he mean to your career? And I'll ask my second question after you.
Yeah, like I said, he's one of the people early on who believed in me. Gave me a chance to play, and he really taught me what it took to play in this league, what it took to be a great teammate. And what it meant to be part of what a team was the big thing. It was never about the individual. It was all about everyone coming together, and that's something I'll never forget. I tried to play like that my whole career, unselfishly, never cheat the game, try and make people around me better. And I think he was a big influence on that.
And my second question, when you were going through this process, of course, you were around some players who have been through this process before, Patrick Elias, Marty Brodeur. Did you reach out to any of them and get their thoughts about what this step was going to be like and what comes next for you in terms of emotions?
Yeah, I've talked to quite a few people. Just reaching out, just getting, like you said, their opinions, what was life like after hockey. And those are, everyone says the same thing. Everyone has great memories. They're grateful for their experiences. But they're really excited for the next chapter in their lives. And I just keep coming back to that, where I'm at peace with my decision. And I'm just, like I said, I'm thankful to still be part of this organization and this community. And it's just, I got nothing but, like I said, nothing but fond memories and a bright future ahead.
Thank you, Travis.
Yep.
Leo, thank you, and congratulations on the new gig, by the way. Travis, as we conclude things, the final words will be yours. Is there something you want to extend to the fans, the staff in the organization, your now former teammates, friends who are watching, those who have been instrumental in so different ways, but so many ways in what you've been able to accomplish?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to thank our managing partners, David Blitzer, Josh Harris, Tom Fitzgerald, I think for making this day even possible. It's, I don't know if, I'm sure they do, but they have no idea what this means to me, what this means to my family. And I'm thankful for that. As far as, like I said, the fans, I just want to know that I left it all on the ice. You know, I tried to play the game the right way, and you know, I appreciate every time I was on the ice in front of them. It was definitely special. And again, want to thank you know, teammates. You don't get to where you are without being around you know, great teammates, great people, coaches. They've all had an impact on my life in a good way. And you don't meet any bad people in hockey. It's just a great community, and I'm very thankful to be a part of it. And lastly, it's just given my family so much, my wife, my kids. You know, our love for the game will never, you know, never disappear. We're a hockey family, and we're excited for the next phase. So thank you to everybody who was a part of this. It was it was a big day in my life, and it's something I won't forget. And like I said, I'm just fortunate for all the great experiences I've had over the last 15 years.